Computer, yep.
Got it.
Hi, everyone. This is Michelle Ladd with National Veteran Resources. And today I have Patti Cloutier. Did I say that right, Patti?
Cloutier.
Cloutier. And Patti is in my Facebook group, Mothers of Veteran Suicide. We have 94 mothers in my group now, and Patti and I have become very dear friends. And we wanted to do a recording of Patti and her life and her beloved hero, Sean. So this video is for Sean, and Patti, as Sean's mother, wants to share his story. So we're going to take 9 or 10 minutes and we're going to talk about Sean. And we are raising awareness, and Patti has quite a story to tell. So Patti, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Patti Cloutier. My son was Specialist Sean Michael Cloutier in the U.S. Army. He was 5 years old when he made that decision that he wanted to join the Army because of 9/11. He was only in kindergarten when he made that choice, and he never changed his mind, never wanted to, do anything else except military. He wanted to get the bad guys that ruined his birthday. He was a sweet kid. He would give the shirt off his back for you. He's bailed out his best friend, Sean, because his best friend was named Sean Michael too. And we had to call him Sweeney and my son Cloutier, because if not, they would both listen and both be like, what? So when he joined the military, he was enthusiastic about it. He really loved it. He loved the gas chamber, and he was an 88 Mike in the military. He drove the heavy machinery, and he loved the gas chamber. He loved throwing the grenades. He loved shooting the guns. He loved driving all the vehicles. He really had a good Army career. Unfortunately, he got married to a woman who had mentally and emotionally abused him. In result, he wound up with mental health issues. He wound up with situational depression and bipolar. And being bipolar myself and having post-traumatic stress myself and anxiety myself, I didn't really catch the signs. I even after 6 months worth of his life, I never noticed. He always told me, "Mom, I'm fine. I'm handling it." And I wanted to believe him. I'm like, okay, all right. But then, he made a first attempt and it required 47 stitches later. And that was in mid-February, early March of 2019. And then of May 15th, he did another attempt, but this time he finished. And he was on life support from May 15th to May 19th, and then they pronounced him dead. The 30th of May, we had his wake, and then the 31st, we put him in the ground at the New Hampshire Veteran Cemetery. Every day I suffer. I don't want to celebrate any holidays except, I do celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter, but it's really difficult. But I do it for my other son because my other son is autistic, has a hearing impairment, and is nonverbal. But I do it for him. I feel Sean is not in a better place. The better place is with me. He's in a safe place. He was my world. He helped me with his brother. He loved his brother dearly. Anyone that downed his brother by calling the R word, which I'm not going to say on here, but you can just imagine, he would literally go after them. He did not like that word, and he did not like anyone referring his brother to it. He loved his family. He loved me because he would always go, "Oh, mom, really?" You know, like if I did something to annoy him or something, because he was a big gamer. Oh, and also he loved history. Oh my, he was the kind of kid that wouldn't sit down to watch Cartoon Network or watch Nickelodeon or watch Disney or watch any other show except the History Channel. All day, every day,
Wow.
all the time. And he was so fluent in history. Now, up in New Hampshire, I don't know if it's in other states. If you have like a learning disability, you get an IEP. Well, I went to those meetings with Sean, and most of his history teachers, or pretty much all of them, says, I don't know where he gets his history from, but oh my God, he blows me out of the water. While he was in the service, he wanted to become a history teacher. He wanted to go to college to become a history teacher and teach at his old high school and make history fun for kids. He had such a kind heart. Like I said, he bailed out his best friend several times on speeding tickets. He also, did foolish things. He nared his head, and wound up with a chemical burn.
Oh, geez.
And he was a goofball. This is a picture of my son.
Could you come a little closer so everybody can see Sean? There he is.
That's Sean.
Oh, he's so handsome.
And he is, I can't say he was anymore. I say he is, because
Good.
regardless if he's gone or not, he's still my son. And
Right.
I still love him.
Of course.
And I'm having an event July 9th.
Talk about it, please.
Bringing awareness to military and veteran suicide, because my son was active duty. And he was at Fort Riley when he lost his life. And so from 12 to 2, I'm bringing awareness. I'm going to have 22 families of loved ones that have lost someone in the military to suicide hold a picture of their loved one. I'm putting a face to the statistic, because my son is not a statistic. My son is a human being with, veins and all that. And he's a human being. He's not a statistic. He's not a number. I pursued my mission probably about a year after he was gone, because in 2019 it was just a blur. I hate the whole month of May.
I know.
Just because I wish May would just be out of the calendar. And I feel that I want to bring this to the forefront. I feel like God is leading me into this mission, and I'm doing it full force, and I'm doing it in honor of all our heroes that have died by suicide. I am an ambassador of military and veteran suicide, and I will be your voice, and I will represent your heroes and your loved ones, because I feel like it's a mission. I feel like this is my purpose.
It's your ministry.
I feel like it is a ministry. I'm hoping to start a ministry to feed veterans and military servicemen and women and kind of like adopt them, like bring them into your home for like Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas, and also do something for their birthday, like take them out to dinner and give them a gift card on Christmas and their birthday, and make them feel appreciated and needed and wanted, and maybe give them a resource of maybe if they hear these stories of loved ones with the loss of suicide, that they might not go that far. Maybe to try to put a stop to military suicide. I want it to be zero. That is my goal until I take my last breath on this earth and go to my next destination.
Well, Patti, I have to applaud you for all your hard work. You're just at the beginning stages of raising awareness. And we have just a few more seconds, actually. So I just want to ask you, on my mission and my ministry, it's not only helping veterans, it's helping all of the active duty, reserve, National Guard, veteran families, and first responder families, to educate them on the signs of post-traumatic stress. And I had asked you what you had seen in Sean his last 6 months. Can you just take a few seconds and let our audience know the signs that you actually saw?
Well, actually, I didn't see any signs.
You didn't see any?
I didn't see any, because every time that I talked to him, when he did that first thing with his neck and needed 47 stitches, he's like, Mom, I don't know what happened. I just blacked out. We had an argument. And I'm like, okay, so maybe, having arguments is your trigger. Try to avoid them as much as possible. I didn't realize, and he's like, Mom, I'm handling it. That's all I got from him. I'm handling it. I'm going to my health professionals. I'm handling it, Mom. You don't have to worry about me. And that's what I constantly heard from him. And so I didn't have a red light going ding, 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 ding. Don't believe him, because, it's just, ding, ding, ding. I had nothing like that.
Okay.
With me being bipolar, I thought I would actually see the signs, but I didn't. I was blinded by what he was telling me. And where he was in Kansas, I was in New Hampshire. I couldn't really see him. I mean, we video chatted on Sundays, and he had a smile on his face. He looked happy. He's like, oh, Mom, I'm going to go to the Warrior Zone, which was a big gaming thing at Fort Riley. And he's like, I'm going to be going and talking to Jay Lynn later. And, and when I texted him that last day on the 15th, I said, so are you working today? Because I wasn't sure if he was still, because where he was on restrictions, I wasn't sure what his work schedule was. And he's like, Mom, I'm working. And I says, okay, I will text you later tonight after I get out of work. And he's like, okay, Mom, I love you. And it was like nothing until I got that phone call from her. And she told me that my son was unresponsive and they were working on him. And immediately after she got off the phone, I texted my son and said, are you okay? And when I didn't get a response back, I was like, I could not sleep that night. That night I was pacing the floor. And then at 4:00 in the morning, I called, my parents, and I told them, once I get more information, I'll let you guys know. Then I called the Army hospital. They transported him to a Topeka, Kansas hospital. And then the doctor turned around and told me that my son was brain dead and that I had to go to Kansas to say my last goodbyes. And that was my notification. And that my son hung himself. So I was just totally floored. I was in shock. I was like, what happened? How did this happen? And when she called me, his wife, because she was in Georgia, okay? They weren't living together. She was in Georgia, he was in Kansas. And she told me, he's unresponsive, they're working on him. I should not have said what I said to him. And the only thing I could think of is that she wanted a divorce, and that put him over the edge. So I have no idea, because I wasn't able to talk to my son. I had no communication whatsoever. So I was just in the dark until we got to Kansas, and that's when I first met his wife. So it was like, and then she kept going on and on and on, saying that the Army was bullying him and this, that, and the other, until we got the reports, and it was the other way around. She was the one bullying my son. So that's the whole gist of that story. And yeah, yes, I am upset. There are holidays that I don't celebrate. I don't celebrate Memorial Day. Because every day is Memorial Day for me. I don't celebrate the 4th of July because we have another mom, and I was hoping that she was coming on today, that her son died by suicide on the 4th of July.
We actually have several.
So it's like, I don't celebrate any of those type of, holidays, because I look at it this way: how can I have fun when everyone else, all other mothers, are hurting? Because my heart goes out to them. And
you have, I have to say, you have been so instrumental on comforting so many other mothers and also loved ones. And you're raising awareness. I'm going to share this recording, and you just speaking out about your, what do you got there? We're going to have to end in like 1 second, Patti.
all right, well, this is Sean Bear.
I
did this for Build-A-Bear.
Oh yeah, that's so cute.
So this is Sean Bear, and I love him.
Great picture.
Like he's my son.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Because my son's picture is right there.
I know, I see him. Give him a hug for me. And we're going to say goodbye right now. Don't leave, okay?
All right.
Let me just say goodbye to everybody. Thank you for sharing, Patti. Thank you for listening. If you want to share Patti and Sean's story, help us raise awareness. If Patti, some people may have questions. Is it all right if I give them your name?
Yes.
Okay. And I know the privacy thing on Facebook, so I'll make sure that I'm aware of that. So thank you so much. God bless, Patti. I love you. Don't you go anywhere. We're just going to stop recording right now. And I always, because I can't see a darn thing,